Hello, it's me. So we get to hear from a juror now, from coverage taken by E! News. So shout out to E! News. Go over there and show them some love. Sean Diddy Coombs juror slams insulting public response to the verdict. Let's have a listen, shall we?
A juror from Sean Diddy Combs' trial slams the public's response to the jury's verdict. One day after the 55-year-old was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution relating to ex-Cassie Ventura and a woman who testified under the name Jane, but was acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering charges, the jury member responds to the public's mixed opinions on the verdict. The juror, who asked not to be named out of fear of retaliation, tells ABC News that any speculation the mogul's celebrity status influenced their decision is highly insulting and belittling to the jury and the deliberation process. The juror explains to the outlet July 3rd, "We spent over 2 days deliberating. Our decision was based solely on the evidence presented and how the law is stated. We would have treated any defendant in the same manner, regardless of who they are. I have nothing else to say." While the public response remains mixed, Combs' attorney Anna Estevao described the July 2nd verdict as a huge win for the music mogul, even though U.S. District Judge Aaron Subramanian denied his request for bail.
So, didn't the jury, what the jury said there about how they conducted themselves and arrived at their verdict, how the law is stated and the evidence. Well, we had, as an audience, we had an idea of what the law stated, because many of us were looking at all kinds of people on different platforms, many of them legal experts or practicing legal individuals, giving us their views on what was being shown in the courtroom. We all saw also all the pictorial evidence. Pictures of guns, God, loads of baby oil. Everything taken in the round told you that there was something organized going on. So now that the verdict has been given, and we're all sat here scratching our heads, because we were all privy to the same information coming out, at least, of the courtroom. And I know we didn't hear everything in the courtroom. There was lots of video that we didn't get to see, and I dare say some audio as well. But I think everything else we got to see. And as I say, there are legal people opining on this, telling us, giving us a greater understanding of what's going on in the courtroom and what we can expect from that. When those people are left scratching their heads also, something isn't right. So for this juror to say, it's insulting and belittling, then maybe the decision might not have been the correct one. Tinfoil hat time, the jury foreman. I know we don't know who any of these people are, of course, but we know of them, the things that they do and all that stuff. And then also juror number 5. That seems a bit odd. And as I said, the jury foreman seems to have been a very powerful personality, maybe. Maybe Diddy was a protected asset, maybe. Maybe this verdict is part of that protection. maybe, allegedly. Allegedly to all the other bits before that as well. Oh, could they get it so wrong?
As a result of Subramanian's decision not to release Combs on the $1 million bond his defense
And the
team
judge
requested,
won't even let him
Combs
have
will remain behind bars, where he has been since September,
bail
until his sentencing hearing, which is currently scheduled for October 3rd. Combs pleaded not guilty to all charges in the case. The maximum sentence he faces for his convictions is 20 years, but prosecutors are seeking a term of 51 to 63 months per NBC News, while the defense is asking for a term of 21 to 27 months.
Oh, God. So I've been saying all along, right, that he gets sentenced to 10 years, does 6. And what they're talking about is in the ballpark. So I'm quite proud of myself. Bearing in mind I know nothing about this process. But it doesn't seem right, does it? It doesn't seem right. Did the jury have a duty to take a dangerous man off the streets? Is that part of their duty also? To consider who he is? Because what would happen if then, let's say in the event that he walks, which I fully concede is probably not going to happen. But there's no lower statute on the charges that he's been found guilty of. So technically it's a possibility. He walks and then people start disappearing. Isn't that also part of the jury's duty, really? Or not? It'll be interesting to see how it goes if he does do time. Will he end up Epsteined one night by another inmate? Diddy's jail time is going to be, I think, just as eventful as his out of jail time. Somehow this doesn't feel over at all. Even once the sentencing's done and he's banged up behind bars, I have a feeling we're going to get more news. And maybe it'll be 12 months down the line or 24 months down the line, but I think something may very well happen around that time, which might surprise us all. Who knows? So, until next time, this is me, signing off. Look after yourselves.